this video segment, we're going to change the DEF level sensor on a 2017 International truck 4300. If you're not a subscriber, just hit that button, become a subscriber right away. I'm going to walk you through it step by step. After this video, I hope it explains to you and you be well knowledge as to what you can do to help you keep your vehicle out of the shop and save you money, because that's what this channel is all about, saving you money. So let's begin.
You will find your DEF tank on the left side of the vehicle. In some cases, if you need to replace your level center unit, your vehicle may have a sign on the dash saying Derate. We're going to start with these bolts here. You're going to need a 13 millimeter. Make sure you have seen my video on servicing, replacing the DEF filter. That video will walk you through it step by step. And I also have a video on replacing the DEF pump. You're going to use a 13 millimeter to remove your mount bolts, or you can use a 1/2 inch wrench or socket. Guys, let's face it, most likely if you need to do this job, the tank is going to be full. There's no doubt about it. This International, this year model, do not have a drain plug on the tank. So I want to put a jack underneath just to support it. We have a couple of bolts on both sides that need to be removed. These bolts hold the top plate onto the side cover. Now we are in between the fuel tank and the DEF tank. A ratchet wrench will come in handy in this position. The left side is the same as the right side. We have 2 bottom bolts to remove. Let's not forget we have 2 bolts on the top left to remove. Now we can remove the top bracket cover. Before we disconnect our inlet, outlet, and coolant hoses, we're going to disconnect the support bracket for the DEF tank. We have a nut here and we have one here. We're going to use a 11/16 socket to remove these 2 nuts. You can loosen up your nuts just enough to remove your stubs from the bracket. This allows me the opportunity to pull out the DEF tank maybe 2 to 3 inches, just enough room to get to the hoses. It's time to remove our DEF hoses. We have a suction hose here. We have a white clip. Press the white clip together. You can use a pair of pliers. Take a screwdriver, just pry it up. This is your suction hose. This hose here will be your return hose. We're going to press the clip and do the same. Pliers come in handy sometime doing this job. Make sure you do not damage the white clips. Just take your time, take your screwdriver, and gently pry it up. We have these 2 removed. Now I'm going to remove these hoses here. We're going to use a 8 millimeter, or you can use a 5/16. These 2 hoses here are your coolant hose. It may pay to have a drain pan underneath to catch your antifreeze. You may choose or may not choose to drain your antifreeze. As for me, I'm just going to block off the hoses to keep from losing antifreeze. Now, if you do not drain your antifreeze and you allow the hoses to drain, you can lose about at least 2 gallons of antifreeze. I'm going to use a small screwdriver to break the seal loose. As you can see, coolant is already coming out. I normally take some channel locks, vice grips, and just clamp off the hose. Most likely one of them will stop leaking. This one here stopped leaking, but this will continue to leak. So if you have some plugs, you can plug it off, but if not, just take a clamp and just clamp it off. That will prevent you from having to drain the coolant system. We have another hose right here. It's not necessary to remove it now. It's just basically a bent hose. We're going to break loose the tie strap for the wire harness, but make sure when you go back with it, make sure you tie it back just like the manufacturer had it. Press in this clip to separate the connector. Now that it's disconnected, we can remove the tank.
Right now we're just going to blow off. We don't want any dirt to enter inside our tank. Now, as you know, this tank here, there is no drain plug. So let's just say if something happened to a truck and they put some contaminated DEF inside the tank, or say they happen to put diesel fuel in it. What you can do, if you do not want to remove the tank, which will be best to remove the tank, what you can do, you can take a pipe wrench and you can remove the filler neck. Just put a hose in and siphon out as much as you can actually remove. So that's one way of actually removing contaminated DEF, any other fluid that may be inside of your unit, if you do not want to remove the tank. Now, you can just replace the unit, but what I'm going to do, since we had the tank off, let's just make sure the tank is actually completely clean. Even if you had clean DEF in it, you still want to make sure, take the opportunity to make sure your tank is clean. So we're going to drain out the DEF that we actually have in here. Now, there's a proper way of doing it. You do not want to drain it on the ground into the soil. You want to properly dispose of it. Now, just look at the rules and regulations of your county and just go by what they say. As for me, in my county, I'm going to properly dispose of it like I would dispose waste used oil. This will be the only time that you can actually drain out your tank. Take advantage of it.
Next, you need a Phillips screwdriver. We have 6 screws to remove.
We'll break it loose, pull it straight up.
You will have to lean it forward to clear the bottom section of the center unit. Take time to inspect your DEF tank. Make sure it is clean and clear. Make sure you do not have any debris or trash inside of your DEF tank.
You like to compare apples to apples?
The new level sensor was purchased from my local international dealer. Here's the price range, the part number. You may sometimes find the design a little bit different, but it will work the same.
Before we install it, we have a new gasket that came with the unit. I want you to be aware this hole right here at the bottom end is supposed to go right in the center, right over this stud here.
If the unit do not go all the way down, that means you do not have it centered with this stud.
When you install it, you want to put it in this way, then straighten it out. Make sure your gasket, your seal is lined up. Insert your screws. That looks good. That's what you want. Now we need to make sure that we tighten back our filler neck. Make sure it's good and tight. We don't want the driver to have any problems.
You just want to place it on tight enough that the driver would not accidentally unscrew it.
Make sure your vent hose is not clogged. Just place on your vent hose.
Now we can mount the tank.
We have the tank back in place. Now we can reconnect our cooling lines. We can safely remove the caps.
I had to change the clamps. The original clamps were not tightened down for me. Let's not forget to reconnect the harness and make sure you tie the harness down just the way the manufacturer had it prior to the job. Connect your return hose.
Press down, snap it in place. Make sure it will not come back up.
Connect your suction hose.
Snap it in place, press it down. It snaps right in place.
Then we can lock down the tank. We need a 17 millimeter for the nuts to lock down the strap. Try not to tighten the nuts down with an impact gun. We will be torquing down these nuts.
Line up and place back your bolts that goes on the side bracket. Before we place on the top bracket, we need to tie strap our harness. Before we tighten down the bolts on the bottom end, we need to place our bracket in place. Now that we have all 8 bolts in place, at the top and the bottom, now we can tighten down our bolts.
Using a 13 millimeter or a 1/2 inch socket. We want to torque the nuts down to 11 to 18 foot-pounds. Now we can safely add DEF. If you have lost coolant, keep eye on your coolant reservoir when the engine is running. Chances are it will drop down. Start the vehicle. If your vehicle went into Derate before you made this repair, chances are it will regen on its own. If not, do a park regen. It may take 30 to 45 minutes for a full regen. Again, keep an eye on your reservoir. While it is regenning, I'm going to add more DEF. Make sure that you have no leaks. Everything looks good, place on your cap.
Well, that's all you have to do to change that DEF level sensor. Just follow this video step by step and you cannot go wrong. You may have to manually regen your vehicle, but most likely once you repair it, only thing you have to do, if you do, you can do a part regen, but most likely in this video, as you can see, the vehicle started regenning itself. It did everything for you. I hope this video was helpful. Do not forget to subscribe. Take care. As always, God bless.